Now, the Speaker of Parliament, Professor Aaron Michael Quay, has directed a parliamentary probe into the alleged misappropriation of about $159 million meant for the Saglemi housing project. Works and Housing Minister Samuel Atachia told Parliament in about a month an additional audit of expenditures on the housing project will be completed to pave way for the prosecution of some former NDC government officials. He says although almost $200 million was paid to the contractor for 5,000 housing units, only 1,000 have been built. He claims former Works and Housing Minister Collins Dada varied the contract terms after parliamentary approval, which was illegal. Mr. Atachia told the media outside Parliament House $40 million of $80 million released to the contractor initially for mobilization was diverted.
Honorable Speaker, for the purposes of argument, let us credit the contractor with having constructed 1,024 housing units, holding all factors constant. That translates into United States dollars 40,960. Given the fact that the contract sum of 200 million United States dollars was to roll out 5,000 housing units. Ergo, Mr. Speaker, the contractor has misappropriated the sum of United States dollars 159 million, United States dollars 40,000. Right Honorable Speaker, the contract has lapsed according to the opinion of the Attorney General delivered on the 8th day of May 2019. The Attorney General assessed a strong position in law that all the contracts purportedly signed by Honorable Collins Dada MP and thereafter some wayward chief directors after the original contract has received parliamentary approval are void ab initio and have no legal consequence. At the moment, the Ghana Institution of Surveyors are engaged in a value for money audit. Mr. Speaker, their findings will indicate the extent of embezzlement of state resources via the vehicle of affordable housing delivery. All the traducers of the law will be arraigned before a court of competent jurisdiction to answer criminal charges. Civil action shall be used to recover monies lost to the state. The audit will also project how much money will be required to complete the 5,000 units with full amenity.
But former Deputy Works and Housing Minister Samson, he denies the claim some former government officials misappropriated money. He is daring Mr. Atachia to go ahead with the prosecution, noting the minister has issued such threats before to no avail.
He said this 3 years ago, that they were taking those corporates to court. 3 years ago that he said it. Well, you know, in the country, last year, it generated heated discussions in the country. We have been waiting for when that court matter will start. Everybody is also ready to respond because we didn't do anything untoward. I mean, you are saying it. I've explained it to you. So if you think that what he has done is an empty threat, say it. Nobody varied the contracts. Parliament approved $200 million to the Ministry of Works and Housing to undertake 5,000 housing unit projects. In fact, in that agreement, it was stated that they should use $200 million to build up to 5,000 housing units. That was the word used, up to 5,000 housing units. There's a difference between commercial agreements, which came to Parliament for Parliament to approve. That had the $200 million to construct 5,000 housing units. And it's different from the EPC agreements, which you come up after the engineers have done the designs. If you are saying that, use $200 million to build 5,000 housing units, what you are saying is that you should not even think about water. You should not think about power to the site. You are not even talking about drainage systems on site. You are not talking about sewage systems on site. So you are saying that $200 million used to build 5,000 housing units. It doesn't work that way. So in the initial agreement signed by E.T. Mensah, this one was not even done by Collins Dada. The agreement that was signed by E.T. Mensah and the contractor, they stated in it that the project will be executed in 4 phases.
Now, even before the prosecutions begin, Speaker Professor Michael Quay has directed the Works and Housing Committee to look into the issues and report back within 2 weeks.
The Houses Committee on Works and Housing, the leadership of the Constitutional and Legal Committee are to join to look into this matter which has appeared before the House in all its aspects and report as a matter of urgency to this honorable House within 2 weeks.